My name is Scott Henbury. I am the Vice President of Sales for Saskatchewan and Manitoba with Great Western Brewing Company. Yeah, our support of curling started a number of years ago, and we recognize that curling is a phenomenal sport that's very popular across all of Western Canada, and in fact across all of Canada. Our partnership with Team Flash is phenomenal. We love the support that you guys give us, and we certainly feel that we have a good partnership with you guys, and it's a reciprocal relationship, and we certainly wish you guys all the luck at the upcoming trials, and look forward to seeing you hopefully back here in Saskatoon.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Curling.com's continuing coverage of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. And speaking of classics, this is going to be one. John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo again to cover this game between Team Kevin Cooey and Team Nicholas Edin. This is a clash in Pool D play here in Penticton. And Melissa, this is a case of a sentence we probably didn't think we'd be saying at this point in the week, but Kevin Cooey fighting for their life here.
Yeah, not the record we were expecting from Kevin Cooey going into this draw. I believe he's 1-2.
Yep.
So must-win situation, obviously, for Kevin to try and make that top 12 team playoff. So we'll see what happens here. But having to face the current world champion, Nicholas Edin, that can't be easy.
No, certainly not. Edin also starting with hammer here. And yeah, it's certainly a tall task. You never want to be in a situation where you're facing elimination and also facing one of the top teams in the world. And like you said, the defending world champions. Cooey is ranked a little bit higher on the world rankings, number 4 compared to Nicholas Edin's number 11. But of course, as we know, Edin always full value when they're out here on the ice. A fantastic team, and they're 3-0 so far. So it's a situation where Edin probably looking to punch a ticket to the playoffs with a win here, and Team Kevin Cooey needing a win in order to make it to the playoffs. So this should be a fantastic game.
Line's good.
Yeah, no mistakes so far. They've got us basically on our seat right now. The first 2 rocks, absolutely perfect. So I think we're in for a good one, John.
I mean, certainly, yeah, when you look at the draw at the start of the week and you see that Kevin Cooey is going to be playing Nicholas Edin, you certainly feel like it's going to be a great game, and I'm sure this will be no exception. And this is Kevin Cooey's second time on Sheet D and Nicholas Edin's first, so we'll see if Edin can get adjusted to the conditions. As we've seen throughout the event, teams have had a little bit of trouble sort of figuring out the ice and the rocks on this sheet, and so we'll see if it takes Edin a little bit of time as well.
Hänger lite. 15-2 borde vara där nästan, va? Bra linje. Lite kort om den, okej. Räcker där.
Team Edin looking for the corner freeze, and pretty good position there with hammer here in the first end. The sheet was running really well in the earlier game, John. Anywhere from 14.5 to 15.5 seconds hog to hog, depending on your path. And Lots of movement, continuous movement. Again, just having to watch each and every path. And if a rock goes down one path, you have to be very careful that it does speed up very quickly.
Hard, Dan. Line's great, guys.
Line's great.
Just freezing.
Yeah, we've seen that all weekend, that teams are just trying to get adjusted to that, get used to the different paths that are available for them on the sheets, and that when they do, like you said, when they do get down the path, sometimes it can be quite a sizable difference. We've seen a lot of draws missed because of that. Of course, these lineups will be familiar to curling fans, as they've been virtually the same, and in Edin's case for quite some time now, for almost 8 years. But for Cooey, this is their 4th year together. Of course, Kevin Cooey at skip, BJ Neufeld at third, John Morris at second, and Ben Hebert at lead. We saw earlier in the week Denny Neufeld was rotating in for Ben, but they're going with their regular lineup here today. And of course, John Morris will be holding the broom when Kevin Cooey throws. And over on the Swedish side, of course, Niklas Edin at skip, Oscar Eriksson at third, Rasmus Rana at second, and Christopher Sundgren at lead.
15-8 på deras där uppe. Och 3 där.
Good start to this first end. Every rock in play thus far. It's just a matter of trying to figure out the angles and trying to create the best angles for yourself.
No, kind of like a quarter on his. I think I'd like to freeze, but what I'm seeing.
Hack.
Sure. It's just fresh here, right? Like we're guessing on a fresh spot for a, right? You like to freeze at all?
Like freeze.
I'm just saying because we know the spot better. I don't mind the hit. If you like the hit. Okay, so hey, let's just keep a broom down early because it'll be a little fresh here.
Hack.
So just looking to get inside this one, it seems, Melissa here. Just a little hack weight hit.
Oh, never.
Yeah, John was looking at maybe playing, asking about the freeze to try to get in that way, but again, first end just maybe a little unsure, so playing the hack, weight hit and flop it towards the center if they can, but it does stay right there. Not a bad spot.
Yeah, maybe just a little more weight than they were looking for, and that's a case of it being the first end. Maybe John Morris thinking he's got to be, a little bit positive with his weight, and that was probably closer to board than hack, so it didn't quite get the curl that they were hoping for.
Hack! Hack fart. 4 ska jag ha. Anton.
Got a nice view of Dan Marsh there, Kevin Marsh. We just thought we'd check in and see how he looks.
Yeah, just see what's going on over
He looks
there.
good.
He
looks
does,
good, yeah.
yeah.
I had to
Nice
consult
slide.
the back of his jacket. Him and Dan look exactly the same. It's impossible to tell them apart. It's great that they wear gear with their own name on it. It's very helpful for most of us. And that's a really nice shot there from Rasmus Rana. Of course, Rasmus also a very accomplished mixed doubles player with his sister.
You can see both of these skips here in the first end again. Lots going on, trying to just move the angles around to better suit your team here. Kevin Cooey without hammer here in the first.
Probably clips this. Come have a quick look.
So we're already into it here in the first end, Melissa. This is BJ Neufeld coming down to have a chat with B Parka'd Kevin Cooey.
What do you think's happening here?
I love Kevin's early ends parka action. I've never skipped, so I never really, I guess, fully appreciate how cold it maybe gets in the rink. But
Well, even Nicholas there has an extra layer on as well.
yeah.
It is cold. So they're just looking at it, whether they can hit what they can see of the redstone on the right-hand side of the center line and maybe move a couple of the blues, spill them out, at least out in the open.
Well, do you have to hit all you can see? Yeah. You're trying to hit it right into here?
Don't think the double is there on the blue ones on the right side.
Come back onto this after.
So they're thinking maybe about running the red one in, John.
Hit like 3/4.
Trying to get some things moving around that
Same
way.
thing might happen though, like if you hit it like into this. I mean, this rock should be in a good spot at least, don't you think? I mean, I don't hate this because you can hit it here, and I'm good with either, whatever they like. Shade high.
So they are running this back, trying to lose a few of the blues at the front of the house. BJ Neufeld's first here in the first.
Hard!
Ideally want to hit this just a shade high, as you heard Kevin. And that one's going to over curl. Yikes.
Yeah, that was not the result they were looking
No.
for, that's for sure.
No.
Stanna den då.
As he said, a shade high, ended up hitting it a couple shades low.
Ligga 4.
And Nicholas Edin, if he hits this, will be lying 4.
I don't think they even would have come close to predicting that would happen, unfortunately. So
Ja. Chappen är bäst. 10 eller?
Yeah, sometimes when the rocks are that close together, you sort of think, well, we'll just hit this and something good will happen. They don't think about the fact that something bad could also happen. Too.
That's right.
Första gjorde ett hopp närmare högline, så vi kan ju vara med sent där. Ja.
So Oscar looking for the hit and stick to lie 4 here, early or late in this first end.
Rent. Ja, take it.
Little different look than we just saw a rock ago.
No
Krippa,
kidding.
Krippa behöver gå.
Wide open now, and
Järnet, 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 järnet.
that will unfortunately just roll off the rings for Team Edin. So
Den där gick ju bara rakt upp.
they'll only be sitting 3, only 3,
Only 3?
with hammer.
BJ needs to make a double here. Kui's objective right now is just trying to limit their opposition to 2. Trying the double.
Hard! Hard, John.
Needs to hit this thin. And he will, so nice shot
Nice
by
shot.
BJ Neufeld. Still looks like a relatively easy deuce for Nicholas Edin, but it was
Fart bara.
better than it was looking. So that's positive.
Ja, farten var förra.
As we said, Edin 3-0 so far in the tournament. Kui at 1-2. They lost to Suyuk Kim yesterday morning in the opening draw of the Classic, and then losing this morning to Jeremy Hardy, their Alberta rivals.
Oh, oh, oh. Rent.
Kevin Kui had a run back for the win in that one and just barely missed it
Oh, oh, oh.
after a
Yep.
really good shot by Kyler Kleibrink, who's throwing last this week. We've learned they've switched it up on Team Hardy, so going to be interesting to see. They've been playing well since they switched. They haven't lost apparently, so maybe they've unlocked something. Who knows? But beating Kevin Kui, that's certainly a great omen of things to come. That's for sure. So not really much that Kevin Kui is going to be able to do here, I don't think, Melissa. I think this is just pretty much going to be hit it out and give up 2 here.
Yeah, I think the best Kevin can do is hit and roll towards the center, roll towards that other blue, and maybe try and group them together a little, and if with any luck, have a double, try a double on his last one. But right now, pretty good setup here for Nicholas Edin.
Yep. Hard.
Trying to go for the big roll.
Hard. 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 Right up.
And no roll to be had.
Yep.
So Nicholas Edin will have a chance to take a free draw to the wing, and Melissa, this might not be that easy. We've seen, especially rocks coming off the center line, a little tricky. So we'll have to pay attention here, but especially early in the game, we've seen rocks coming off center react in ways the players weren't expecting. So.
Yeah, totally different path, obviously. Nicholas having a conversation with the front end exactly about that, just trying to determine what weight he wants to throw and what kind of to expect. Like you said, they haven't really thrown here at all. Wouldn't have thrown this in practice.
Topp 8 helst. Ni har den. Kan du hålla igång den, se ut och curla rätt tidigt.
Sweepers are on it. It's coming down now.
They're going hard just to hit paint here. Great brushing.
Fantastic brush from Rana and Sundgren. And those are lined up pretty much exactly even, so I don't think Kui's going to have much here, although he might be able to hit and roll behind that blue.
I think you'll see them be very aggressive on this roll. Ideally, obviously, like you just said, John, if they can get in behind that blue one, but they might as well be aggressive if right now they're looking at giving up two, so no harm, no foul if they happen to make it. Doesn't look good.
Yeah, once we see Benny go into the full stand there, that's you get a good indication of where that's at. So it'll be a hit and stay here for Nicholas Edin to secure an opening end 2. Not the way Kevin Kui wanted to get this one started.
No. And really, both teams starting off very strong. It was just that one run back that went kind of sideways and unpredicted mistakes there by spilling out their own rocks for Team Kui.
And no mistake from Nicholas Edin. Rasmus Rana will clean that in, and that is 2 up on the board. So with hammer, Nicholas Edin will take the deuce, make it 2-0. Kevin Kui will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching curling.com.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Troy Slater, Greenbrier Golf and Country Club and Greenbrier Estates and DNS Homes. Well, currently we have 143 lots in Phase 1 and Phase 2, which have been underway for a while now. And as you can see around Greenbrier, it's a great developed area just on the outskirts of Saskatoon. And now we've just started Phase 3, and we have another 54 lots available for sale now.
landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the continuing coverage of the Penticton Nufloors Curling Classic, live from Penticton, British Columbia. You're watching curling.com, sportsnet.ca, or World Curling TV, wherever you happen to be watching from. Thank you for joining us. John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo. And Melissa, like you said, kind of a good start for both teams, and then just a run back gone wrong. Sealing the two for Nicholas Edin.
Yeah, it wasn't looking that bad until we got almost to the end of third stones here. So great start, though, for Edin to put 2 on the board. And as you said, for Team Kui, they really need to get 2 back here. They obviously need a huge win for this game to stay in this competition.
And of course, we've got 5 other sheets of action all around us. We're covering a couple of the games, which you can watch on Curling Live's YouTube. Team Jonice and Team Sturmey. Team Sturmey up 2-0 in that one. Jonice with the hammer playing 2, and Colton Flash playing Mike McEwen. They're still in the first. So you could have a triple box up right now watching 3 games at once if you can handle it. Both of those, the Flash McEwen game does have commentary. Jonice Sturmey does not, but it does have HD quality cameras there. And Melissa, I'll let you handle the score update on sheet 1. You've been waiting for this moment.
I've been waiting
all
for this.
Weekend.
So over on sheet 1, Team Kim, a 5-ball of knowledge. I did it.
There you go.
Said
You did it. You got to say it.
5 in the first over Team Craig.
Phenomenal, yes. So there you go. Team Kim serving up a lesson to Team Craig. Short 1 player this weekend. They're playing with 3, and Team Kim taking full advantage. So they're up 5-0. Craig with the hammer there playing 2. And the other 2 games out here, St. John and Hardy, no score in that one yet. And Cody Hartung out to an early 2-0 lead over Matthew McCready. So back to our game here, and a very nice shot from Ben Hebert to lose that red stone behind the corner.
So Christopher throwing about hack weight here. That red guard of Ben's is quite far up, so he should have the ability to get by it. And once you do, you'll be able to access that rock in the house. What a great shot.
Nice shot from
Nicholas
Rasmus there.
Yep, there we go. It's one thing that you can do on this ice very easily, John, is if you can even see a piece with a nice hack weight or backline weight, you can access those rocks in the rings.
1 inch. 1 inch.
Like this?
I like moving that one. I think so. It's in a killer spot, right?
So John Morris saying he can only see an inch of that rock that's behind the center guard. You can obviously hit the open one, but they feel that rock is in a very good place, completely buried behind the center. So even if you can just corner freeze it or even just move it a couple of feet and just get it out in the open.
Yeah, I hear you. Whoa, Benny. Whoa, let it curl. Okay.
The reason they let that curl is they needed to get it to poke out the other side so they can have access to it.
Topp 8 är fine också, så länge vi är förbi röd så blir den bra där.
So for Nicholas Edin, they'll just be happy that no Swiss teams are in this event, as they've played 3 tournaments before this one and been eliminated by by Swiss players in all of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they lost the semifinal of the Baden Masters to Yannick Schwaller, and then back-to-back losses to De Cruz in the quarterfinals of the Euro Super Series, and then the finals of the Swiss Cup in Basel last week. So this is their first event here in North America, and probably thrilled that their European counterparts didn't follow them over the pond.
That's probably why they're here, just to get away from them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, British Columbia is pretty far from Switzerland, so you have to make a pretty big commitment if you want to come here.
So the original call was to try and come around those staggered guards, but unfortunately for Rasmus, he does come up a little light.
I got another inch of it, so.
Thinking like board.
And Team Cooey's, this is only their third event of the year. The other two events they played in, they
Gotta
won.
get to
They won both of them.
Here, like a quarter rock goes into this.
Okay, so like good hack.
Okay.
So just looking to play hack off of the blue here, make sort of a roll over to the other side. So yeah, they won the Okotoks Classic back in September, and then last week, well documented, they played 10 games en route to winning the IG Wealth Management Western Showdown in Swift Current.
Benny, whoa. Beach. Hard, beach, come on. Touch it. Hard, Benny.
Really nice shot from John Morris there. And so it's Cooey lying one here.
Deras är bättre än våran där. Känns som att sätta den veckan ändå, va? Okej.
The key there for Team Cooey is that redstone that's sitting in the top 12 is out counting the blue stone on the far left-hand side as we look at it. So still a bit of an opportunity here now for Team Edin and Oscar Eriksson to get a hit and roll behind those two staggered guards. Keep the pressure on Team Cooey.
Med. In. Japp. Hårt.
And how's that for a roll?
Not bad at all. Wow.
Great shot from the betooked Oscar Eriksson. Just my favorite thing to do whenever anyone's wearing any type of clothing. I just say B before it. The behatted Nicholas Edin. It's just fun to say. So it looks like they're looking for a double here from BJ Neufeld.
I think they're throwing
just
the
drawing.
draw, yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Sometimes the broom placement really screws you up when you don't hear what they say. And both the sweepers backed off this one.
Ben's just going to hang out.
Yeah, Ben Hebert's determined not to
one.
go over the hog line on this one. I mean, this could die. We've seen it a lot. It just has to get to the face of this blue. And there's John out of nowhere.
Just to finish it
Just
off.
comes flying into your screen.
Oh boy.
I've been down that road before too, when the ice can be a little bit frosty early on or a little bit patchy in spots. You think, oh my goodness, it's so heavy, and then out of nowhere it just kind of dies and you're left sort of chasing after it. But that is not a great spot for that one from BJ Neufeld, just a hair heavy. And again, it's going to be Edin with a chance to put a lot of pressure on Team Cooey here, Melissa.
If they ever freeze to the face of this, I'm not really sure what Team Cooey's going to do to get out of this mess.
Känns som den är lång. Ja, den är lång.
I think they're saying this one's a little heavy as well, John.
Jag går utifrån. Tappar den här så vi ligger 2. Sen fortsätt på den neråt. Kom igen. Det så.
Good audible there.
Well, as we've said, Melissa, this is what happens. You get even just one rock down a path and it really keens up. And so I think both teams maybe just throwing sort of first end weight and not quite adjusting to the new speed of this track. But this is BJ Neufeld's second chance down it, so you would think he'd be dialed in on this one.
Top button.
It's not light.
Wait only.
Benny? All there. It's there.
That's good. It can curl though. Right to my broom, Benny. Line will get there if you get the weights.
Weight's perfect.
Hard for everything.
Curl, Ben. Curl.
Hard. Just get it in there.
Nice sweep from Ben Hebert. That does get them into shot stone.
Millimeter insida är ju riktigt bra också. Ja, det är nog bara spela en samma fart som dig tror jag. Alltså, ja. Höga 13 liksom och bara spela en tap-fart liksom. Ja. Kan den stanna där är det ju nice. Så, ja, tror jag.
So I haven't been a commentator for too long, Melissa, but what I've learned is that if I want to be the best in my field, I've got to learn Swedish, Swiss German, French, Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. And then I'll be great. I'll be ready to go.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. There's probably some others I forgot in there, but that's just that's a good
just a
start.
start.
I think that's a good start, yeah.
That's year one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Nicholas thinks he can throw maybe backline weight here. He's taken about, I'd say 6 to 8 inches less ice than on his previous one or Oscar's previous one. If you can ever get to the face of that redstone, he feels like he can just tap it back 4. If he can leave his stone right there, he'll be in pretty good position here to, I don't know if he can steal, but at least force for sure. This one's really curling. Maybe just a little bit light.
Yeah, we saw Rasmus Rana indicate that it was maybe a little bit light, and so now for Kevin Cooey, this might kind of be natural here to line this red one up onto this blue.
Let's go.
Yeah, right on the nose, I think.
Yeah, or we just do this.
Nose, I don't mind. Nose gets rid of 2.
Well, and if this spins into here, because this is going to spin.
I don't think so, Kev. If there's some separation. I think it's just nothing right there. Which is good.
I think I agree with John there. I think it's just,
Like if I nose it, he's
I don't think it's
trying to
spinning
trip it.
back in.
If you're here, though,
Yeah, there's maybe got some help here, right?
yeah, like I think it's pretty good if you nose it.
Okay.
It'd be nice to nose it so then you could still access this one, right?
Yeah, like normal on the nose.
I think I would. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I guess this doesn't have to fly out of there. Even if it's back here, it's okay, right? Okay. Normal?
You're liking a little more.
Normal's good. If you,
I think
if
it's
you're,
more, yeah.
If you're right on the nose, we're good.
I'll be good normal then. Give me right there.
Okay.
You like that?
Yep. You betcha, buddy. You got her.
Say. Well, I think we nose it, and it probably plays for
Hey,
2.
you like this at all? Firm?
Yeah. Either or, right?
I'm not sure you need to complicate it, actually, John. Just hit it right on the nose.
Firm?
We were playing good normal.
I think John thinks if you hit it maybe a little on the inside, the red one will still spill over and punch that blue one out. That's over on the 4-foot.
Whoa!
I think you want them, both those blues to go, though.
DJ! Ben! Roll that.
Great shot.
So good shot from Kevin
Really
Cooey.
great shot.
Perfect roll over to that blue, and Cooey now sitting 1, 3, and 4.
Ett alternativ. Det känns ju som den tycker jag också, men den är ju dyr att råka. Minsta ska väl inte kalla upp så är den för 4 liksom. Ja. Kommer vi hit så är det okej också. Han får den för 2 bara då, det är okej faktiskt. Ja, tappa 2. Den du känner för. Jag gillar den där.
I think this is the only shot here for Nicholas Edin. Try to corner freeze that redstone that's just biting the side button.
Topp 4 här.
Right where Oscar's broom is.
Vad blev förra med lite sop? Bak 8 kanske. Har vi linjen så går det tappa, men vi har inte råd att studsa ut. Det är bara så fall. Men spela på frys.
Would you ever try and move this to get shot, Melissa? Or
Måste ju lite in. Hur långt måste vi följa?
I think with the distance once it gets by that second red stone, I don't see why you couldn't.
Okay.
I think your end objective here is to get a force for sure.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, certainly a freeze would make it difficult on Kevin Cooey to get more than one.
You saw Oscar just looking at it. The last thing you want to do is, as he said, is you want to hit or push that one and roll off. You roll your shooter off. That would be disastrous for Team Edin.
So here we go, final stone for Edin in the second end. Up 2, but without hammer, and Kevin Cooey's built a nice one here.
This has a lot of curling to do.
Yeah, needs to get the corner of this red.
Looks better.
And that's a beauty. Great shot from Nicholas Edin. It will leave Kevin Cooey as the shot stone, I believe.
I think so.
Even maybe catch it then. Yep. Well, if I get into this, you think this is going far? Let's decide, because
I think you gotta
if I nut this and this goes, then because I can always do this, right? Like I just want to know how good.
You want to play it thin, Kev. I'm seeing like play it thin, and it's always not a bad thing if it's.
Yeah.
What turn you liking? Out turn. Okay, it looks like thin third, like a quarter almost.
Quarter.
Eh? Yeah.
Yeah, to get into the side of this, I think
Quarter
it's thinner
stone,
than
yeah.
you think. But
Okay, should be dead pretty straight, eh?
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
So looking to just get into the side of this blue one and maybe even come onto the back one on the left as we're looking at it. That would be some Cooey magic if it were to happen, but
Yeah.
the shot's here for 2, I think.
Quarter.
Looking for a quarter stone.
Final stone, Kevin Cooey in the second.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
And he will miss it all. So we'll take a look here.
Someone? You got best eyes. I don't know. Every time I call something, it's the opposite. So.
We've had a bit of that in the booth this
Yes.
weekend too, Melissa, but it sounds like they're going to measure here.
We do it ourselves, I guess.
I mean, I'll come out and do it for you, Oscar, if you want.
Hoppa till där för dem.
I think you and I actually thought it was red at first.
That's what I
but
thought at first, but yeah, it's hard to tell from where our camera is positioned. You don't get a perfect view of it.
I still think it's red, but we'll see.
If you look at the handle, I would guess yours too.
So BJ and Nicholas seeming to agree that it is Cooey's, but take a look here. Kevin just unfortunately over curling on his and not able to make either of these move. These are always the worst measures to do too, when you have to bring in the measuring implement so close to the pin. It's always tricky. So we'll take a look here. And I think it's red. Yep, there we go. So Cooey was sitting 1, but couldn't get any more on the board after that. So Nicholas Edin will take the hammer and a 1-point lead into the third end when we return to the Nufloors Penticton Classic live on curling.com.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Northern Credit Union, a true partner, sweeping you to financial victory, keeping your dollars where they belong.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Troy Slater, Greenbrier Golf and Country Club and Greenbrier Estates and DNS Homes. Well, currently we have 143 lots in Phase 1 and Phase 2, which have been underway for a while now. And as you can see around Greenbrier, it's a great developed area just on the outskirts of Saskatoon. And now we've just started Phase 3, and we have another 54 lots available for sale now.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to continuing coverage of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic live from Penticton, BC. John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo as we're watching this Pool D round-robin game between the 3-0 Nicholas Edin and the 1-2 Kevin Cooey. And Melissa, I got a little bit excited last end because I thought we might just see Kevin Cooey reach into his bag of tricks and score a bundle, but he just missed it on his last one and unfortunately only able to score one.
He was so close, and they were on it right out of his hand. He didn't give himself a plenty of ice, but it was so close, as you say, John. And they did measure for one, but Kevin does get the one on the board. And then you look back at it and go, oh boy, wish I would have made that, and it would have been for 2 or 3.
Or 5.
Or 5.
Yep. Hard. 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 Right to it. Right to it.
So Ben Hebert was a little heavy on his second stone, which is the result of where we are right now. Team Edin shot rock on the right-hand side. And now ignoring that and trying to get another one around that center guard.
Ja, det var 16-3 på deras gard. Lite tajt om något, Togge. Tajt, men borde vara förbi. Okej, inte för långt då. Den är förbi. Lite lång. Är den lång så dra ner den hit. Ja, ända ner här. Full åtta ända här nere. Ja. Den är typ där. Okej. Det är bra.
Well, that's a good spot for that one.
14-9.
Unless that's lined up.
Just see how much that curled, Johnny. He had edge of 8 foot, and it curled a whole rock past that center guard.
Freeze. Freeze. Okay, hey, squeeze real nice here, and it finishes hard. So let's just stick with it, and just finish your late right on top of it, boys.
I think Kevin was actually looking at maybe playing the hit, but quick call down from John has now got him throwing the freeze. The one that was just thrown by Team Edin.
Room. I know, freeze it. Whoa, room. Benny, you're in. Benny, you're in. Benny, you're in. Freeze it. It's going to go there.
Where are you?
It'll get there. It'll get there. It'll get there.
Whoa, then. Johnny's coming off. He's coming off that.
Yep. That's good.
So a little audible, and John thought that one might be able to get to the back one, but I mean, Ben Hebert's a great sweeper, but I don't think that one was getting to the back one.
Kanske lägger en ny gard, men
Peeling the center guard.
No problem.
No problem there.
Things looking pretty good
like
for
the out with normal?
Edin here, but if they can navigate this port,
What turn are we what turn?
might not be bad
Out
for
turn?
Kevin Cooey.
Yeah, if they can stick this, they'll obviously have 3 red stones in the rings, which would be a good thing.
Yep.
Without hammer here in 3.
Hard. Hard, John. Hard, John.
Ooh,
Wow.
thought they were going to hit that top one for a second,
It
but
was close.
it does roll out, and so might be looking like we got a one-way ticket to Blanksville here.
I think so.
Ja, är den inne eller? Den är ute med en halvsten, men den är en ganska rätt vinkel för jämmen för den. Nej, jag tror jag försöker göra den. Ja, absolut. Okej. Tunn halv, så borde den gå ut via den. Halvsten högre är den här. Lite mer än en halvsten högre. Så 40.
Looking at the double on the 2 reds.
Gillar du en 7?
Just making sure he doesn't jam it on that one that was just swept out.
Om den inte döstuffar. Kör en vanlig clearing. Clearing, ja. White linan, det borde vara nära med 40% där.
So looking for the double here is Oscar Eriksson.
I feel like he's made a few of these in
In his
lifetime.
time, yeah, a
Yeah.
couple, yeah. It does jam, but it will roll away, and so, as we say, it might be a one-way ticket to Blanksville here, as BJ will get rid of both of these blues, or at least try to.
Yep. Whoa.
The tournament, of course, brought to you by Nufloors in Penticton. Brad and Annette Wood, great sponsors of curling, great supporters of curling throughout the province of British Columbia. You can check out their website at newfloorspenticton.ca. This particular live stream of Nicholas Edin and Kevin Cooey is brought to you by Lake Ridge Homes, Shoot Lake Lodge, and Slackwater Brewing. Slackwater were the gracious hosts of the opening night mixer here in Penticton. They got a fantastic facility there, fed everybody, gave everybody some delicious adult beverages, and well, a ginger ale for me, but adult beverages for everybody else. And they're a great local brewery here in Penticton, so be sure to check them out along with Lake Ridge Homes and Shoot Lake Lodge.
Hard to stick it.
Both teams going to exchange stones here until we get to Nicholas's last, where he'll try and peel out and blank this end.
Yeah, we often see this, Melissa, when the lead comes into the house when they were trying to guard. It's often at this level of curling can spell a blank. And for Edin, they're up 1 and they get the chance to get the hammer in an even end in the 4th, which I'm sure they'll be thrilled with.
Give me a little more with this.
So Kevin Cooey just moving the placement of the stone around. Just wanting Nicholas Edin to have a different look at a stone.
Also gives him a chance to figure out some different draw paths as well, just to you know, if he ever does have to make a draw off of the center line, he gets a good feel for it. So final stone here for Nicholas Edin, looking for the blank. And he makes no mistake. So we will head into the fourth end. Nicholas Edin will take the hammer and a 1-point lead into it. You're watching the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic live on curling.com.
Hi, I'm Troy Slater, Greenbrier Golf and Country Club and Greenbrier Estates and DNS Homes. Well, currently we have 143 lots in Phase 1 and Phase 2, which have been underway for a while now. And as you can see around Greenbrier, it's a great developed area just on the outskirts of Saskatoon. And now we've just started Phase 3, and we have another 54 lots available for sale now.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Northern Credit Union, a true partner, sweeping you to financial victory.
Keeping your dollars where they belong.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the continuing coverage of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic live on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and World Curling TV. John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo. Nicholas Edin up 2-1 here in the fourth, and Melissa, an uncharacteristic mistake from Ben Hebert on his first as he hogged an attempt at a high guard, and so this might lead to another blank, but I think both teams here probably want to try and generate some sort of offense here.
I would think so, and you know, the corner guard did go up by Edin and another center guard, so they do want to get some rocks in play here. It is an even end for Team Edin. They would love to score here. But as you said, we watched that rock of Ben's, and not a huge amount of effort by the other two trying to get that one over, but it did come a few feet short.
Långt ut. Riktigt mycket curl behöver den. Kommer nu, järnet, nu har ni den. Kom igen.
Trying to get this one just on the paint here behind that corner guard.
And they will.
I think this is the first time we've actually seen this call, John, and going way out here in edge of the 12-foot trying to draw around. It's going to be a bit of a weight guess, I think, for John Morris.
I think so too, yeah. Yeah, this is certainly not a path we've seen before, and we can just see from John Morris's slide, he's certainly putting a lot into this one, assuming it's going to be a bit of a slower path here.
Should curl a ton there as well.
Wait only. It's going to come down. It's going to come down. It's going to come down hard.
Line is great.
Hard, guys. Hard.
And that is such a difficult shot. I mean, it's such a difficult shot to do that, to navigate that path and get it completely lost behind that blue one.
What a terrific shot.
Phenomenal shot
John Morris.
John Morris. Great sweeping as well from Neufeld and Hebert. And so now this is going to force Edin to run a little split on his own here.
Lite drygt 10, bak 4-8 bara.
So about back 8 weight, hit what you can see of his blue stone and just split them to opposite ends of the sheet, opposite sides of the sheet, and trying to expose that red stone just thrown by John Morris.
Håll igång! Lite lös! Japp! 10! Japp! Mag 4 kanske? 10! Japp! Ogge, dra curl, dra curl.
Again, this one over curling. Maybe just a bit light.
Okay.
We almost, the first shot, we
Yeah,
almost
that just
guard them.
leaves that Kui one still fully buried.
Because anything we come in, anything we do in there. Yeah.
This way.
Yeah, I like this out-turn guard.
And why not throw a guard?
Absolutely, yeah. There's already 3 rocks in between the shot stone and the hack, so you might as well put another one up there.
Speed's nice here.
Take Team Edin at least 2 rocks, if not more, to try and clear a path to that red one if that's what they're going to do. So yeah, great call here. And all this is as a result of that fantastic draw by John Morris on his previous one.
Benny, you gotta go. Gotta go, buddy. You got it. Okay, line's good. Yeah, stay on it. Stay on it. Line's good. Line's good. Clean, clean, clean.
Easy,
Great
easy.
scrub, boys. Great scrub.
Sweet.
Nice scrub, buddy. Kind of.
Försök inte sätta vilken det linje. 3/4.
So not really a lot of options here for Nicholas Edin other than to try and get 2 of these guards going here. So this is Rasmus Rana.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so.
And he will get 2 of them going.
Does leave his shooter there, right there though. Still in the way.
And we see this so often, Melissa, when a team does make that outside-in draw. It's just so hard for the other team to get to it. And obviously a small mistake from Rasmus, but just, you know, it's so tough when you make that outside-in shot to really get at it. And we've seen Kevin Kui in control ever
What
since.
does he have? Does he have lots?
Look at the lineup there. You cannot see that red one at all. Kevin Kui maybe looking at putting another guard. Again, Nicholas has no access to that red stone, that side 4-foot.
I don't think. Yeah, I think the center guard is. Center guard. Problem is with the center guard, he's probably ripping his blue into the world, right?
Well, yeah, that's kind of, it's all the same, right? Yeah.
You know where it'd be
Well,
nice
yeah,
to put
I mean,
it? It's far enough so it's not like an automatic.
He's hammering this, and then these are
one third
kind
right
of
here.
right. That's what I'm worried about is all those.
If he's running this, he's got to be,
Like if you come here, it's a lot different shot, is all. Does the same thing.
Yeah, okay. Let's do her, buddy.
The question here is how deep do they want to bring this guard, John? And
Or you could come here.
No, we like your first call.
BJ was thinking maybe just even with that other blue guard out front, and Kevin was thinking maybe a little deeper.
You got her, buddy.
I think you want to put this one at least halfway, if not maybe a little tighter to the rings. If Team Edin gets rid of that high blued stone and exposes those other 2 blues, then there could be a potential access to the red shot stone.
Line's
So
good.
you got to be very careful with the placement here.
Just go for weight. Line's fine. Hard then.
Oh.
I think that's pretty good.
Good spot.
Yeah, great spot right there. Very precise, and so now the rock is back in Edin's court, as it were.
Okej att få den här. Kanske träffa något till, men då öppnar man i alla fall upp dragningen. Då riskar vi inte styra den så mycket.
Går ju spela direkt den också.
Ja.
Med lite fart.
Ja.
Spela den med, vad behöver jag träffa? Sätta ner den där.
Ja. Du behöver träffa nästan 70. 60 behöver du nog träffa. Du har halva och du behöver träffa 60 ska jag säga.
Jag kan kolla vad jag har från hack.
Nästan lite mer än 60 tror jag du behöver.
Jag tror jag har tillräckligt, men...
Ja, det känns som att spela någon typ av fart så vi i alla fall rullar förbi den här liksom.
Ja, jag tänker minst normal.
Normal, tänker jag också.
Jag åker ner och kollar, men 60 behöver jag träffa, eller?
They're trying to determine if they can hit enough of that red guard just thrown by Team Kui and push it back onto the blue, onto the blue, onto the red.
It would be impressive if they could do it.
60 eller precis mer än 60 skulle du behöva träffa.
There's a good look at it. You can see almost 3/4.
Yeah, I think it's there.
Träffa det lite mindre och bara snärta den här lite så blir det ännu mycket bättre. Mycket is vill ha.
Bra ut. Är den tight så var med sen och sopa bort blå så långt som möjligt.
It's there, but it's not easy. Oscar Eriksson looking to make some rocks move. Not throwing a ton at this, Melissa.
No, because I think they want if
They
they
want it to
happen to
stick.
miss it. Yeah, they want their shooter to roll if they happen to miss this, which looks like what's going to happen. And actually gets neither of those shots. That was a bit of an opening there for Nicholas Edin to get out of this mess.
And now Kevin Kui abandoning the guard strategy, looks like.
Yeah, time to put another one in there.
10 more feet than you just threw.
BJ Neufeld looking for T-line weight here.
Lots of room.
Oh, I got it, Benny. I got it.
Put on the...
Weight's good.
Put on the T line.
You want T-line?
Come on.
Copy.
Okay, line's good.
Copy, Kev.
Okay, I just don't want to poke it. Yeah, you can go curl.
Hard, Ben, hard. Hard, get second shot.
And second shot they will get.
Ja, vi tunn är dubbeln.
Tunn.
Ja.
Ja, bara en flisa. 2 centi kanske. Jag kan gilla hack och även om du tar garden, splitta upp den så är den här tangeringen där så.
Ja, jag vet inte. Det känns som vi ligger inte bra i alla fall. Jag vet inte vad som...
Det andra är att spela skjutningen så, men det känns som vi bara grötar upp det ännu mer där.
Alternativt skjuta röd gard på. Försöka sätta en ovansida blå.
Jag tror i det här läget så vill vi nog nästan... Jag känner nog lite att vi vill nästan låta de här ligga istället. Chansen att komma åt den är nog härifrån nu tror jag.
So what are the options they're debating here, Melissa?
Well, originally they looked at hitting the one, actually slashing the redstone that was just thrown by BJ on the right-hand side, slashing it in, trying to catch the red one that's buried behind those 3 guards. That was option number 1. Option number 2 was actually hitting with a softer weight. And now option number 3 is trying to run the red one back onto the red one and roll. Right now, Nicholas has no opportunity to even get to the button, I don't think, for a point if this were to be the last rock, for example. So he needs to try and open up one side of the ice for sure.
Jag gillar nog hacken och försöka ta den här. Skulle du splitta upp den garden, då måste de ändå lägga in en ny någonstans.
Okay.
If you could speak Swedish, you'd be translating for me right now, but I'm going to guess that they're going to try and make the slash. Not with a lot of weight by the looks of it.
Yeah, this is
just tap.
Not easy, that's for sure.
No.
Usually when you think slash, you think hammer time, but this is This is delicate. This is finesse. And we'll see if it's even here for Oscar Eriksson.
I think they're trying to keep their shooter in play, and that's why they're throwing this kind of weight at it. But even if they just, I guess, hit and roll to the side. Oh, that is not what they wanted.
So they probably weren't trying to slash. They're probably just trying to hit and stick.
And roll. Yeah, hit roll to the side and use it for something else.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense than this dream I had in my head that they were playing a board weight slash.
Team Edin's in a little bit of trouble here right now. Kui sitting 2 without hammer and pretty much zero access right now to the button.
Then maybe all we got to do is guard this one on our last one.
Yeah. Okay.
What are we guarding? What are we guarding?
We're guarding our next shot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So then he doesn't have this for the double.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
I think.
And then even if he knows this.
Does he run that into those though?
Maybe.
Like this is about as hard a run.
I don't think he might have a tap for 1, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he could nose that.
But then we come around it, and then he tapped for 1.
Well, fuck, it's against you.
Ben Hebert, you owe me $10.
If we guard this, he knows it. And then we go here.
Your other strike. I mean, you're thinking the dead nose bump, and you can't be high side or we're dead.
No, I was thinking right here.
Pretty good too.
And then he makes a double peel, and then we pretty much have to just guard this one. I don't think we're already 2, so there's no point bumping this.
They're both good. I don't mind that guard at all. Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like.
Hey, Johnny.
I don't like.
We have our first exchange of gratitude out here as well. Team Kim finishing off their game against Team Craig. Not sure what happened in the 4th, but the scoreboard is showing 6-1, so we'll say that's the final. So Team Kim moving to 2-2, and they will need a big win tomorrow over, I believe, Jared St. John is their last remaining game in that pool.
Yeah. Just don't want to poke it. Same as where I drew kind of like back 12, or a little quicker. That's fast. Okay.
Yeah, Kim plays St. John tomorrow morning. St. John currently down 4-1 to Jeremy Hardy.
So Kevin Kui is throwing a tight guard here, John, trying to protect that one that's second shot, top 8. Again, Nicholas Edin, not a lot of options here to even score at this point. Really don't want to overcurl this, though.
Got to get it by this center here.
Plan B here, just tick it over and roll.
And that should work just fine, yeah. Yeah, as we heard John Morris explain last one, Nicholas probably has to double peel these, and then they would just guard this red one on the left as you're looking at it, and Nicholas Edin is going to have a very difficult time scoring.
Kanske får den att träffa den där. Dock om jag tar den här först, då kommer han bara ligga kvar och helgarda den där. Ja. Det du snackade om då. Skjuta den här. Ja. Eller skjuta den nu. Chappen gör ju trippeln på. Stuffa ner den, då har vi andra sten där i alla fall. Tänker just nu så täcker båda de här 2 dragningarna. Ja. För poäng. Ja. Kan vi få en etta så leder vi ändå med 2 också, men... Ja, sätta ner den kanske inte är så fel. Alltså även om jag råkar träffa chapp så kan man ju råka göra den.
Jag tror det, även om vi öppnar den sidan så...
Tar du lite... Ja. Tar du så här så kan du öppna upp det också. Ja. Ja, men jag gillar det. Är det ett hål här eller? Nej. Inget hål här emellan röd-röd. Nej, kör den. Tror vi kanske öppnar upp en... Lägger han bara en ren, om du skulle typ ha otur, sätta den i hålet, det är väl det som är... Då rullar vi förhoppningsvis bort så de måste täcka den där också. Så försöka sätta den här då. 3/4 så. Ja.
So, John, I think they've elected to run their own blue one.
Yeah, this was the only downside for Kevin Cooey, not making it around that center guard. I think if he had curled it past the center guard, this shot probably isn't there. Because I think he's playing his blue into the red.
I think so, yes.
And as you can see from that angle, not a lot of daylight there.
No.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
So
Great
he gets
shot.
the red to move. Fantastic shot. Yeah, he was looking to maybe come in off of that one, but it just didn't quite curl enough. But he'll still be happy to get rid of second shot there.
Yeah, I think I got the rock with a little more curl.
Yeah.
But do you like edge of 8, or you think that's
I would
max?
say that's max. I would go right there for you.
I think that's good ice, eh?
So Kevin's going to draw, put another one into the rings and try and lie 1-2 again on his last stone here of the fourth end.
I think this will finish, so I think you can see it coming down.
Room!
Line's good.
Line's good.
Dead T-line.
So looking to lie two.
Line's good.
Kevin Cooey without hammer here in the
Line's
third,
good,
or
line's
fourth
good.
rather.
Guys, top 4.
Top 4.
Just get it
Right
there.
here,
It's always
right here.
buried.
Hard.
Line looks great. They got to get it past that blue one, though. They need it in for second shot.
Keep going. Lie 2. Okay.
And it will not quite make it. So just a hair short for Kevin Cooey, and Nicholas Edin should have a draw here.
Look at the overhead, though. That port is not huge by any
Not
means.
huge, no, certainly not.
hade 14,5, men Ogge hade 14,9. Ja, vi hade väldigt olika. Jag försökte vara så noga jag kunde. Jag trodde min klocka var bra, men den är ju någonstans däremellan då. Den är 14,5 hade jag, men Ogge 14.
This is where if I was really smart, I would have looked up Swedish port cities and I would have found a small one, and then I would have referenced it in this shot.
Jag tycker också det ser lite
Next time. I'll have that ready for next time, yeah.
Yeah.
Dock, det har ju gått lite smygrakt. Jag tror den vänstra ändå är med om vi behöver gå från släpp liksom. Så med bara på linjen också där.
So facing one here, Nicholas Edin with his final stone in the fourth. Needs a piece of the button for one.
Ganska bra push i den. Kändes bra. Kan behöva curla lite faktiskt. Okej, linje. Ingen linjen. Bra linje. Bra linje. Okej.
Looks maybe a little heavy.
Ingenting om den är lång då. Ja, vi behöver... Ja, ni ser.
And no, it'll settle in beautifully. Talk about navigating a port. No problem there for Nicholas Edin. Phenomenal shot to get his one, and he'll take a 3-1 lead into the fifth end. You're watching the Nufloors Penticton Classic live on curling.com.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Penticton Curling Club in Penticton, BC, home of the Nufloors Curling Classic. John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo for this Pool D clash between Kevin Cooey and Nicholas Edin. And Melissa, we have to say a very well-played fourth end by both teams there, and Nicholas Edin in particular making a phenomenal shot through a port for his one.
And that was not an easy port to navigate, as we saw. You know, Kevin made it on his last one, pardon me, and just came up a little bit light, so it made it a little tighter even for Nicholas. But he makes no mistake and manages to get through and gets his point and retains that 2-point lead. Really great end by both teams. Lots of rocks in play, and it all started with that in-turn come around by John Morris on his first from outside in. That was not an easy shot.
All right, you ready for this? That port was smaller than the port of Monsteras. That's a very small port that only supports an anchorage of a 1.8 meter depth in Sweden. So I promised I would get it, and here we are. There we go. Navigated the port of Monsteras for that draw. So phenomenal shot from Nicholas Edin.
Hard. Looks a little soft, yeah.
So Kevin Cooey going to try to manufacture a deuce here.
It's all there. It's all there.
Yeah, trying to stay away from the middle this time, especially early in the end. And Ben put up a corner guard, now trying to come around it.
Hard cap, hard cap, hard cap.
That's good, that's good.
And a great shot from Ben Hebert. Looking around at the other sheets here at the Penticton Classic over on Sheet B, one of our other feature games. Karsten Sturmay out to a 4-1 lead over Dean Jonis. And right beside them, Colton Flash has got the balaclava and the black tights on, stealing 3 in a row. So he's up 3-0 over Mike McEwen. Both of those games are available. If you go to the Curling Live YouTube page, hit subscribe, and the links will show up there for you. On the sheet right in front of us, it's Jeremy Hardy continuing to lead Jared St. John 4-1. St. John with the hammer. They're playing 5. And right beside them, it's Cody Hartung against Matt McCready. And I'm just going to wait. They just finished the 5th end, so I'm just going to wait on a score update there. But it is Hartung in the lead currently.
What a great shot by Rasmus there. Followed Ben Hebert's rock down and placed it. Couldn't have placed it any better, really. So Kevin Cooey has no option here now but to freeze to that rock that's sitting in the top 4.
Oh, all there.
Line's close.
All there, looks all there. Room, room, room.
Denny's.
Room.
Hard, 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 hard.
Really trying hard to get to the face of that blue stone. Great brushing. What a terrific shot by John Morris.
Max ice.
Liten tap insida vore perfekt. Bara frysa insida är bra också. Ja, samma eller bara ja, om det är död då är det nog dött skulle jag tro. Samma, om så länge linjen är bra så borde den inte vara alldeles för lång med den farten. Ja. Ja, 25 läsare. Linjen är bra. Bara fart. Bra, vi går. Ja, håll igång, håll igång.
Ideally, Rasmus here looking for the freeze, and even if he taps a little bit to unlock that blue stone, that's a good shot as well, as long as he can maintain the angle. Great shot.
this crazy? Stay shot, and this should go over the top.
Sure. Nothing great.
Play away from the center.
Kevin hasn't really moved. He's thinking about what call, but he hasn't really moved. And Ben and John went down and had a conversation, and
yeah, stay on 3/4. Let's make this one real good, boys.
Yeah, need to make this one real good. Nicholas Edin has things set up really nice in the middle.
Room!
so John trying to corner freeze to that blue stone that was thrown by Rasmus
Stay with it.
2 rocks ago.
Clean. Still weight only.
Whoa.
Weight only.
Just waiting for it to make its break. It might have a little extra weight on it. We know what happens when you put the extra. Worst case scenario for John Morris. The ever tick and roll off.
Känns det som det curlar inte så mycket här på slutet liksom. Tänker du 11? Ja, får vara försiktig och bara rulla den så de inte får den tillbaka. Finns det någon risk att lämna den dubben? Kan det göra. Så vi vill nog se till att vicka liksom. Är det bättre att spela lite mer fart? Höga 10.
The voice cracked there a little bit.
Wow.
For Oscar Eriksson.
Eller spelaren
Got even Sundgren and Rana cracking up on that one.
Spela på halvträffen. Okej. Gillar du en 10? 10 blir bra. 10 så halvträffen får vi tjockare så är det bra.
Sounded like a bit of a yodel there.
I did. So I think all that to say that Nicholas doesn't really want to leave his shooter there because they think there could be a double left for Team Cooey. So they would like to hit and roll towards the center. And if they roll it even far past the center, that's good too. It'll be behind the tee line and kind of out of the way.
Japp! Japp! Ja! Hårt för vicken! Hårt! Nice.
So that roll's buried and in for second shot. And I think Kevin Cooey's probably got to bring the play to the middle now.
Hit that hard and hope this spins in.
Just peel. Probably. I think so.
Get rid of this guy.
Yeah, I think Kevin's got to get something moving there. There's a lot of blue stones in the center. If he hits what he can see of that top blue one, I think, John, he can probably get rid of, well, maybe only 1 blue, maybe 2. The back one will go, for sure.
The blue angles are just so good here.
They are
for
good.
Edin.
You know, BJ is going to throw this hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Trying to hit what you can see and just get some things moving here. Great shot.
How about he gets all 3?
How about he gets all of them?
Guess the angles weren't that good after all.
Wow. What a shot by BJ Neufeld.
Phenomenal. So like we said back in the first end, sometimes you just throw it hard and hope good things happen. And in the first, good things did not happen, but there they certainly did. Fantastic triple from BJ Neufeld, and Kevin Cooey now lying 1 buried with the hammer here.
Oscar Eriksson looking for the nose. Like that?
Just like that. Fantastic shots.
Wow, what great shot making by both teams.
Absolutely. Especially when you just see a triple made on you, you know, it can be a little bit, oh, we thought we had the angles really lined up perfectly. We lose all 3. And then for Oscar to just come back and nut that run back perfectly. Just some phenomenal shot making from the thirds here. And Kevin Cooey's going to need another great one from BJ Neufeld here to maybe get things set up for a 2.
Yeah, there's nothing like throwing a hard triple on your first and now a soft touch delicate tap back on your
Hard
second.
line. Hard line. Hard, buddy. Hard!
This one's curling early.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Ben able to hold it out there.
Hard, John. Hard, John. Hard.
Just trying to move it out to the open.
Yep, that one.
And he does just that, but Edin will be able to lie 3 if he wants, or maybe draw. I guess we'll see.
Då kanske han väljer att dra. Då får du skjuta. Det andra är att dra där själva, om du känner för den. Ja. Gör vi den, och han gör den, kan du fortfarande slå den. Ja. Om den där är bra då. Men det är klart, väljer han att skjuta, då kan jag alltid slå den sen. Ja. Alltså lägger du en här. Ja. Om vi kan bara lägga dit den i alla fall. Men... Ja, men jag gillar den. Ju mer jag tänker på det. De har väl andra, så vi måste dra bättre än den i alla fall. Den andra, ja. Ja, jag gillar det. Lite mindre än mitt håll. Känns som att dra här. Gör vi den bra så kommer han ju måste.
So it looks like they're drawing here, Melissa.
I think so. They talked briefly about nosing and line 3, but I think they might be 2 already.
I think they're 2, yeah.
Yeah, so drawing around the center guard. Ideally just putting this one maybe biting top 4.
De kan vicka framför den där porten liksom. Ja. En flisa mindre bara. Ja. Är det fortfarande lite lättare ditåt eller? Ja. Ja. I linje. Kändes okej. Kan hålla igång.
So Nicholas Edin's first in the 5th. Looking for the draw.
Bra linje. Gå rakt den. Wow, köla. Lite köl. Wow. Gå rakt. Framför 10. Över köla också. Men jag tror bara sitta ändå.
So Edin wasn't sitting 2 before. He was only sitting the 1.
No, he was. You're right.
Now he's sitting 2, but I don't know that these 2 are going to be long for the world.
Might be able to get it under.
Why not? Like we're just playing for 2, right? Like if I'm there and move this an inch, like what's he doing?
So knowing that they weren't sitting 2,
This is kind of, if this is open,
I guess I wonder why they didn't hit to lie 3, but I guess they would have just left this draw for Kui to make, which is probably why they wanted to try and get there first. They were hoping to be top button.
Stick there, push this right here. Pretty nice. If he ever, even if we show half on this side, he's rolling this way all day. You should have some action off it. Yeah, that's shot over this. Yeah, but even this isn't the end of the world. Yeah, you could throw just firm. Well, I think we want to make.
Well, you gotta be fairly thick on this, or else it's going right into here.
Yeah, see, I think you gotta throw it pretty hard.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
I think if you hit half a stone, Kev, it's pretty close to coming here. You know, thin half jams for sure, but a half stone, you're here, and it's going to be close. And if you roll up, you roll
Probably
up.
pokes out, but
At least we're lying 2.
yeah.
I'm seeing like a thin half.
So the main thing here for Kevin Kui, they're just trying to avoid the jam on their one on the left as you're looking at it.
Around half.
Thin half. Just under half.
And I think Kevin Kui is going to be throwing this one pretty hard.
Yeah, they talked about throwing this firm so that even if they make the double, as you say, they don't want to jam, but their shooter could possibly roll up. But as John said at the end of the day, the goal here is to lie 2.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Perfect.
Great shot.
Perfect is exactly how I would describe that. Phenomenal double there from Kevin Cooey. Makes the double, misses his own, and lies perfectly buried. And I think Edin doesn't really have anything else other than the run back here. He could draw maybe to try and elicit the force, but you're also risking maybe giving up 3 if you do that.
Play the run back, or you can hit the open one.
I guess you could hit the open one.
Yeah.
True.
Depends how much risk you want to take here, giving up a 3. Again, I go back to maybe hitting that one on his first. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. Just hit this open one.
Yeah, sometimes at the end of the day, you just have to tip your toque to your opponents and say, hey, that was a fantastic shot. So Nicholas Edin just going to hit the open one here and concede the 2 to Kevin Cooey. Again, Edin, I like that call, Melissa. I think, you know, you're allowing Cooey to tie the game up, but it gives you 2 hammers to Cooey's 1 coming home. You keep the hammer in the 6th end, and, you know, you still have the lead, or sorry, you still have the hammer, and you're tied. So it's not a terrible situation to be in, I think, if you're Nicholas Edin. And I think it's better than giving up 3, that's for sure. You'd never want to miss that run back or miss a freeze. So
absolutely. I totally agree with you. It's giving up 2 here is not the end of the world, that is for sure.
A little bit early.
And the risk of getting 3 it wasn't worth it.
Well, and like we say, sometimes your opponent just makes a phenomenal shot, and you just have to say, okay, well, they earned their 2.
Line's good.
Tip the toque.
Tip the toque, yep. Tip of the toque, yep. So Kevin Cooey will make no mistake. A phenomenal shot on his first leads to a 2 here in the 5th. That'll tie the game at 3, but Nicholas Edin will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic live on curling.com.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Northern Credit Union, a true partner, sweeping you to financial victory.
Keeping your dollars where they belong.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Troy Slater, Greenbrier Golf and Country Club and Greenbrier Estates and DNS Homes. Well, currently we have 143 lots in Phase 1 and Phase 2, which have been underway for a while now. And as you can see around Greenbrier, it's a great developed area just on the outskirts of Saskatoon, and now we've just started Phase 3, and we have another 54 lots available for sale now.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Nice shot, buddy. Yeah. Those rocks are the best match.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Penticton Curling Classic, live from the Penticton Curling Club in Penticton, British Columbia. I just set the record for how many times you can say Penticton in a sentence. Well, hey, you know, we just want to make sure everybody knows exactly where this event is being played, and it's been a great game so far. We're watching Pool D action between Nicholas Edin and Kevin Cooey, John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo. And Melissa just nice there in the fifth to see Kevin Cooey put a great end together, and then Kevin himself to put a stamp on it with a phenomenal shot on his first.
Oh, that was such a great end for Kevin Cooey and his team. And like you say, that shot with Kevin's first was just perfect. And for Nicholas Edin, not worth the risk of trying to give of a possibility of giving up three. So hits the open one, an easy draw for two. And I say easy loosely because it isn't easy to draw on this particular ice. But Kevin, making no mistakes, puts two on the board. So to start this sixth then, as we know, with Nicholas having hammer, Ben Hebert makes two perfect ones, brings the first one into the rings, corner goes up, guards it, and
no, just clean it.
Team Edin tried to make a play on it and actually ended up hitting and rolling to the corner, behind the corner.
Hard, close her
so
up.
Now
Close her up.
John Morris trying to guard this one that's just top 8, biting top 8. And leaves it pretty high, so I think it's accessible.
Yeah, he went with the seldom heard closer up sweep call there, which I think he was just meaning to close up the gap between the two corner guards. And like you said, Melissa just leaves it a little bit high. So Nicholas Edin should have a chance to access this red stone. And of course, Kevin Cooey bringing a lot of sponsors to the table that they would like to thank. I'm going to name them all now, and this will take probably the entire length of this Rasmus Rana shot. Caltech, Wild Rose, UFA, Canadian Angus Beef, ATB, New Farm, the Hearing Loss Clinic, PointsBet, Twin Anchors Houseboats, Brandt, Avrotechnic, and their equipment sponsor, Hardline. They'd like to thank all their sponsors, and that's a rare miss from Rasmus there, but again, not a terrible situation for Edin, having a lot of guards in play, trying to generate some points here in the sixth.
Okay. Not much.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, as soon as that one was on the guard, Nicholas wanted to get them off it to try and roll the shooter over a little bit more to protect that rock that's in the 12-foot. But I think there's a small port there now for John Morris, and I believe they're going to go after it.
Okay, Benny, be ready here, boys.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no small ports in Alberta that I can make a reference to here. Famously a landlocked province. So.
Yep. Whoa.
Real hard.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa.
Hard. Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa. Yep. Yes. Hard.
And just gets by that guard. Fantastic sweep from Ben Hebert on the inside of that stone, and it's Team Cooey lying 2 without hammer.
Stickaren på den tror jag är bästa. Ganska 80% för att sticka den där. Den där är 2/3. Ja. Finns ett hål mellan de röda. Ja, fast det är tajt. Jäkligt tajt. Men du kan råka tunnsticka den här eller gå i hålet, ja. Känns som den, va? Ja, det är det, eller spelar någon. Det är svårt att få vicken. Ja, alltså samtidigt chappar vi vart tar han vägen då? Det är inte lätt för han att vicka dit. Vi har alltid tangeringen in där. Kanske vicka undan någonting. Då har vi garden och... Ja. Det känns som force. Båda uppgifterna känns lite som force, men...
Jag tänker, om vi slår ut den, vart slår han och vickar sen för att det ska vara ett bra ställe?
Jag skulle tro att han vickar ut hit någonstans. Ja. Det känns som vi måste slå dem på något sätt. Då har de kvar garden.
Försöker vi sätta vick någonstans. Om jag är på den här, då öppnar jag upp mitten. Vi kan köra den. Då har vi 4 sten på sen. 3 eller 4 corners kvar. Kör den!
Ja. Jag tror det. Jag gillar det.
Jag får den skjutningen.
Sticka där.
Vanlig clearing!
So after that full discussion, John, I think they're playing the run back on the blue on an angle.
Trying to get at least one of these reds. And they will do just that. Nice shot from Rasmus Rana. We have another exchange of gratitude directly in front of us. Team Hardy putting up a 6-ball of knowledge on Jared St. John in the 6th end. 6 in 6. So the final score there, 10-3. So Hardy will move to a perfect 4-0, and that will all but ensure them a playoff spot. They have a date with Nicholas Edin tomorrow morning.
Normal.
That'll secure at least a top 2 finish in their pool. So they'll be in the playoffs for sure, and they'll want to win that one tomorrow morning to get a bye through the play-in round.
Yeah, just a little low. Kind of heavy, easy, normal.
You got it, buddy.
So BJ Neufeld looking to throw normal weight here. Heard Kevin say they just want to hit it on the low side, so the center line side. Remove that blue stone, but try and separate their red stones as far apart as possible.
Whoa, whoa. You got tons of weight, That one.
That's a great shot from
Absolutely.
BJ Neufeld. Imagine if his name was BG Neufeld, which you said when he came out of the hack there.
Did I?
I would have an unbelievable amount of puns if his name was BG Neufeld. It'd be incredible. It would be incredible for me. I wouldn't even be able to call the game. I'd just be so busy making BG's puns. But.
Kan
vi sätta den en så pass kort då så?
Chappen är nog ändå bättre än att de får lägga en gard och jag måste slå dem. Men sätt den här.
Oscar Eriksson looks like he's going to try the double or the hit and roll. Ideally, the double. If he nuts it, will be right behind that red corner guard as we see it.
Oh, in, yep.
And just like that.
What a shot. Just an absolute rocket. Throws it perfectly, and now they're almost dead buried behind that corner guard. Phenomenal shot from Oscar Eriksson.
No choice here for BJ Neufeld. I'll get that right this time. Straight back.
I think so, yeah.
Ben. Whoa. Great shot, dude.
Like that.
Just some phenomenal shot making here in this game. I mean, you run out of
Especially the
superlatives
thirds.
after a while. The thirds, absolutely. BJ and Oscar just been going back and forth the last few ends. I mean, that is absolutely lost behind that corner guard. No chance of getting at it for Nicholas Edin. So Team Kui really turning it up here in the second half of the game.
They really have. They've been playing outstanding. So another conversation here for Team Edin.
Kan man lägga här och lägga skottet? Det är väldigt lite att lägga på, men
det går ju. Absolut.
Over on sheet C, Mike McEwen finally getting on the board. So Colton Flash leads that one 4-1. Flash with the hammer playing 6. Of course, both of those teams at 3-0. So if Colton Flash could get the win, just like Jeremy Hardy, they would secure a playoff berth.
Drar vi bättre än den så... Även om den ligger där, de får ju rundningen, men det känns som att då kanske man kan göra något med den och få 2 till slut. Typ bite 8 i höjd, deras ligger här. Vi behöver typ ligga så. Det är så jävla lite att stanna på andra sidan också så. Höjd med halva 8-foten så lägger vi frys på den. Hur känns isen? Okej.
Not a lot of room for error on this one, John. He's trying to corner freeze or side freeze, I guess. That redstone, he'd like to be shot rock, obviously, after this. So not a lot of room to play here. Just need to bite. What a shot! You couldn't have placed that any better. My goodness.
I love this. I love watching this.
That is awesome.
This is just a phenomenal game by both these teams, and especially, like we said, in these last couple ends, just some absolutely incredible shots. And as you say, couldn't walk that one down there any better. And so now it's Kevin Cooey's turn to try and make a run back. He just watched his third BJ Neufeld make a great one, and now it's his turn.
Straight high and nose gets it.
Run backs and freezes, that's all in our repertoire right now. That's all we're saying.
Whoa, whoa! Beach! Gee.
So you hear the frustration there from Kevin Cooey, just getting that one a hair wide, and this is going to open the door for Edin to manufacture a 2 here.
Just 2 fabulous shots by Oscar Eriksson. All up to Nicholas Edin. We saw where Oscar put that broom. Just wants to bite the 8-foot on the other side. Take away any possibility for a double. A 2 here in this all-important 6th even end. Be crucial for Team Edin. Where 3 rocks ago they were gonna, it was almost like they were gonna be forced.
Yeah, well, you just can't say enough good things about that shot from Oscar Eriksson. Just that freeze is the degree of difficulty on that is just so high, and it's you're almost not even corner freezing, you're almost side freezing the rock, which is so hard to do. And obviously Kevin Cooey will regret that miss, but at the same token, it's Oscar Eriksson that forced him to have to make that shot, and just a fantastic pair of stones really from Oscar Eriksson. His first one was also phenomenal.
Minst bite 8-foten får ligga 2, men våga lägga den ganska högt så det inte blir en dubbel.
Look at the rock management from those guys.
It's incredible. They just need to get shot by like half an inch and not set up a double, and that's exactly what they did.
Pretty much.
This is there though.
Yeah, kind of normalish.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a cross-house roll for Kevin Cooey, and if he doesn't make it, you can probably put 2 on the board for Nicholas Edin.
This one's curling quite a bit, I think. Oh, just got past, but look at that.
I think that might have kissed the guard. I think that was a bit of a friendly little kiss there, a little butterfly kiss of the guard, getting that roll, but I don't know that it went far enough, Melissa. I think Edin will have a shot at it, but not easy.
Wow.
So Kevin Cooey maybe picking up a little bit of a break. Obviously a phenomenal sweep from Ben Hebert to even give it a chance.
Probably see maybe a small half. There's a good look at it. Just half, I would say.
And we saw Nicholas say here too that if you come off the top blue one, you might still roll in for shot. So 2 outcomes here, but obviously the one they would like is the one where they score 2.
Ja, det känns som att spela den mjukt och fint så man kan skava in på en av dem om vi inte får perfekt linje liksom. Vi curlar ju inte bananas så skulle jag vara tight över hållaren så det ska mycket till att curla upp för tjockt i blå. Då har jag ju missat den rejält liksom. Men ja, farten igenom till hack där någonstans.
Final stone.
Rent. Oh. Rent. Japp. Oh. Rent. Japp. Whoa.
He's pretty close, on and off. He's got a curl. What a shot.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
A phenomenal end of curling from Nicholas Edin, fully deserving of the 2 that they will put up on the board. The textbook in how you maintain the hammer and get your deuce. So they will take a 5-3 lead over Kevin Cooey heading into the 7th end. Cooey will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the Nufloors Penticton Classic live on curling.com.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Troy Slater, Greenbrier Golf and Country Club and Greenbrier Estates and DNS Homes. Well, currently we have 143 lots in Phase 1 and Phase 2, which have been underway for a while now. And as you can see around Greenbrier, it's a great developed area just on the outskirts of Saskatoon, and now we've just started Phase 3, and we have another 54 lots available for sale now.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Nufloors Penticton Classic. You're watching live on sportsnet.ca, curling.com, and World Curling TV. Kevin Cooey against Nicholas Edin, John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo. And Melissa, no disrespect to the 6 games we've seen here on Sheet D before this one, but I venture to say this one has been the best to watch so far.
I couldn't agree more. The incredible shot making by pretty much everyone out on the ice right now, but the thirds have especially stepped up to give us a really good show of amazing shot making, and the skips haven't been that far behind.
I'm a little sad we didn't have the correct camera angle on Nicholas Edin there because he just about fell. He tripped over the hack coming off the back boards, and he's having a good laugh with the Marsh brothers over on the sheet beside. Of course, you're watching the Nufloors Penticton Classic. This event brought to you by Nufloors Penticton. You can check them out at nufloorspenticton.ca. And this particular draw brought to you by Lake Ridge Homes, Shoot Lake Lodge, and Slackwater Brewing. 3 great local Penticton businesses supporting this phenomenal event. As you said, Melissa, these teams playing for an $86,000 purse, which for a non-slam curling event is about as good as it gets. So
no kidding.
No surprise we have all these top men's teams here vying for a share of that. And that's a great draw there from Rasmus Rana. And Nicholas Edin set up well once again. Surprise, surprise.
Very well set up. You can see the stagger of the center guards. Kevin Cooey throwing the stacked guards on the left-hand side there as we see them. Hoping that those will come into play here as he tries to get an end going where he can get multiple points. Two is tough, though, to come home without hammer being tied. So trying to figure out if there's a way to get more than 2 this end. But I would say Team Edin's going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, the way they've been playing, I think Kevin Cooey would be thrilled to get 2 here. The way Edin's been playing, I mean. And they'll come around everything and going to need to make something happen to get that one to count. I can also tell you about some other results out on the other sheets. We had an exchange of gratitude. Cody Hartung scoring 4 in the 7th end for a 9-4 victory over Matt McCready. So Hartung gets on the board with a W, their first of the tournament. And Karsten Sturmey with a big 3-ball in the 7th end against Dean Jonis. So Karsten Sturmey leads that one 7-3. Sturmey looking to go to 3-1. And Jonis trying to avoid going to 0-4. That game is available on Curling Live's YouTube page if you want to watch the end of that or the end of Flash McEwen. Both of those are available. So Rasmus Rana getting rid of the corner guard here. Obviously, as we say, the goal for Edin here, ideally you'd force, but if you give up 2 and you're tied coming home with hammer, not the worst case scenario either.
I would agree with that. And that first one of John Morris's, they were trying to corner freeze that blue stone that's biting top button, and it was heavy, and they actually almost swept it all the way out. So now looking to maybe repeat the same shot this time.
You go here. That's what I think we're playing for right now. I'll go talk to him. I think that's what we're playing for.
John coming down to have a conversation.
You
the only thing about the freeze is if...
What?
The only thing about the freeze is that if I'm right on the nose...
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not that good.
So why don't we play... What if we play this, and then if he makes that double, we still got the blank?
What about this?
I don't hate that. I don't love it.
What do you think he'll do? Freeze?
Yeah, probably. Probably freeze. Maybe run that in. I doubt that. But like if we make this and we're here, he makes the double and then we blank.
Yeah,
we haven't really.
Probably takes 3 out.
Yeah. I think we're looking for probably they've outplayed us considerably this end. We might as well try to reload next end.
Okay, well either like that or this. I don't like the freeze.
I could make this run and roll for a better corner if you want to do that.
No, I think you make this and kind of roll over here.
Okay.
If he wants to double peel those, we can get out here with the blank.
So some honesty from John Morris. Well, they've outplayed us considerably to start this end. So maybe we need to just try for the blank and we start the next end a little better.
Yeah, so John's going to try and run those 2 top blue stones and actually roll towards the corner. Right now, their goal is to get the blank based on the current setup.
Hard, you still got it. Hard. Stay with the shooter.
Right out. Right out.
And it won't get out, and it will outcount the red one at the back of the house. So that may prove to be a problem with this blank strategy.
I'm not sure Nicholas can do anything with those 2 corners. Unless it goes over top, but I'm not sure that it does.
You never want to risk spilling one into the rings.
No.
Frågan hur vi slår på den om den alltid går in där dock. Med en clearing så tror jag ändå man får ut den, om inte annat via den. Men jag tror, alltså mjukare fart så kommer den alltid bara spinna ner mot den här tror jag. Clearing insida då eller? Ja, lite insida. Ja, den kan gå clean, men det är ju någonstans i det. Är det bättre att spela den nu då? Om de gör rundningen bra här, kanske. Men det, ja. Då kan man ju ha tur och nicka ner den här där också. Men... Ja. Ja, nej, det kanske är som Åge säger, det kanske är bättre att spela den nu då. Spela på att vicka in en clearing så. Ja. Få den där att toucha den ut, kanske den går dit också. Ja.
They're talking about making a play on those 2 reds.
Ja.
John and
Om vi bara klipper den liksom och rullar av, då känns
they're
det
thinking
som
that if that top one goes towards that blue stone and maybe even pushes it back towards the back red one. But neither of them in their rings right now. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, there is a little bit of risk here.
Frågan, ska jag spela inifrån eller utifrån? Might do it for you guys. Might do it for you. Might do the shot for you here.
Yeah, you heard Oscar. Might do the shot for you.
We don't know how the rocks is moving. Throw out so.
So Oscar just turning to Kevin Cooey and, well, their team rather.
The team, yeah.
And just saying, well, we don't really know. I might just end up jamming this right on the blue for you, or I might end up leaving a red one in the house for you. So we'll see what happens.
Well, if they don't know, we don't know.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. Well, one of the comments I was going to make was, well, they're on the ice, so they probably can see the angles a little better than us, but I guess not. So we'll see what happens here. Oscar Eriksson trying to get rid of both of these reds, and he does indeed make the shot for Cooey. I don't know. That was a little double kiss, but it is Kevin Cooey lying shot now with the hammer. And they're all kind of laughing because I think they just thought, well, you know what, we'll just throw it and see what happens. And somehow rolled to a perfect corner freeze.
If he knows this one, we got a sniff here. No, guys. This is a good. He knows this. What does he do? Okay. I don't love. You have no gripper. You got it, bud.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a bit of a guess out here.
Everybody's guessing. We've had a phenomenal game through 6 ends, and all of a sudden in the 7th, we're playing Guess Who out here.
Yep.
All right, so we're playing the nose hit,
whoa.
I believe.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Trying to bring that back one into play here.
BJ makes no mistake.
Försöka ligga kvar i alla fall. Ja. Vill du vicka skotte eller? Ja, vicka lite inåt vore ju nice, men chappen är okej. Vilken fart gillar du? Ja, normal är bra. Oh,
Nicholas is...
My turn. Look at that. Vad gillar du då? Vicka framför den bakre eller?
Oscar gets to throw one more.
Yeah. Somehow that comment just seemed even more delightful in a Swedish
It
accent.
really did. It
oh,
really
it's my
did.
turn. Oh, look, okay. Cool.
Eller 8. Normal är bra.
Gives you a good insight, though. I always feel like Team Edin so relaxed at it really, really doesn't matter the game. I mean, I know this is a round robin game in a tournament, and later this year they'll be in the Olympics and the Grand Slams, but they're just always so casual on the ice, and it's makes them such a pleasure to watch. And so Oscar will be forced to hit it, and as John said, they might have a sniff at 3 here.
It's not a gimme to get rid of everything there, John. Like shade high.
Sure, right on the nose. Right on the nose, pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's probably dead nose and get this to here.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
Nose is close. Nose
It's going to spring a bit. We threw this path in turn a couple ends ago. You want to be like back 4, back 8? Kind
No,
of.
I threw that intern draw here.
Nose, the sliver high side, it'll spring. Fairly gradual here.
So you heard Team Kui with that rollout by Team Edin. They're making a play, but they're not throwing a hit. They're throwing about back 4 weight, getting to the nose of that blue stone, and they want to spring their red rocks as far apart as possible to prevent any double chance here by Team Edin, and maybe, as you said, set up their 3. This is the only way they can do it right now.
John,
Really need to get to the nose of this one, though.
John, hard. Back one, Benny. Back one. Hard.
That's pretty good.
I think that's pretty good, yeah. Edin is shot, but
Eller slå vicka in.
the main thing there was they couldn't set up the double, and it doesn't look like they have, so.
Kan gå på den dubbeln i och för sig också, men då kommer man ju få ligga 3 in för min sista.
So Dean can hit this one that they push to the side here and roll actually behind those 2 staggers. He can play that top one that he's looking at right now and maybe even catch the one at the back. But I think the easier of the 2 is maybe hit this outside one.
Kan ju dock råka ta lite tjockt, rulla dit och så ticka bort den här. Och ligger han också 3 öppna i bot. Men... Den du känner för. Gör du dubbeln här så är du bra i alla fall. Eller är det fräckt att chappa den bakersta? Kommer han göra den här och ligga 3? Ja. Behöver du göra en dubbel sen? Ja, men det är väl den här kanske ändå. Antingen sätta den här, han gör den. Antingen får vi någon lätt dubbel eller så får vi försöka slå och göra svårt för 3. Eller som du säger den här går ju. Jag får sätta vicken in på den där också, det blir ju rätt bra. Ja. Chapp eller vicka in någonstans.
I think I like the hit and roll on the outside one, John, and they can even roll quite far in front of that other stone. Just as long as they keep their blue ones far apart from any double possibility, they'll be, and then lie 2.
Vanlig normal tror jag.
I think that's the answer.
Där är bra, där är bra. Normal. Chappen är bra, vicka in igen är bra.
Really want to roll in here and lie 2.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And that is not going
That is
to.
not.
And so now all of a sudden, 3 is in play for Team Kevin Kui.
Try to roll deep and keep it thin, and he'll probably run this double. But
What do you see in the weight as heavy board?
yeah, I think.
A very uncharacteristic mistake there, as if I can say that word,
I think
mistake,
heavy board. Yeah, heavy board.
for Nicholas Edin.
Give me a little more.
Okay.
We had a hit and roll out by Oscar and a hit and roll out by Nicholas.
I mean, I think he's Yeah, you're gonna. I think he's playing this one. So just yeah.
So Kevin Cooey trying to lie 3 here with the hammer.
Whoa, clean, yep, yes! Yes! Never stop! Hard beach! Whoa, 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 whoa!
And a good shot from Kevin Cooey, so he will lie 3 here. Nicholas Edin will have an opportunity to get rid of all 3 of them potentially, but certainly 2 of them.
Antingen eller. Ja, det är väl den här som är otur. Ja, exakt. Ja. Ja, väldigt nära chappen. Mild utsida. Ja.
Karsten Sturmey were winners over Dean Jonis as well on sheet B, and looks like Colton Flash is about to finish off Mike McEwen, so this may soon be the only game out here.
Som det är 2/3 för den. 6, det är 2/3. Ja.
So final stone for Nicholas Edin. Looking for 3, probably wants at least 2. And 2 of them he will get, so nice shot from Nicholas Edin to get his team at least somewhat out of trouble, and it'll leave Kevin Cooey with a
Hey, you know, it might have been there.
with a draw for 2 here. Or peeling out his own.
I was sitting back, relaxed, waiting for the draw for 2.
Well, they said from the start of the end they were playing for a blank, and
okay,
they weren't lying. So Kevin Cooey passing on the chance to score 2, going to try and manufacture 3 in the 8th. So put a couple zeros on the board. Kevin Cooey will take the hammer in a 2-point deficit to the 8th end. You're watching Nicholas Edin versus Kevin Cooey live on curling.com.
I am Troy Slater, Greenbrier Golf and Country Club and Greenbrier Estates and DNS Homes. Well, currently we have 143 lots in Phase 1 and Phase 2, which have been underway for a while now. And as you can see around Greenbrier, it's a great developed area just on the outskirts of Saskatoon, and now we've just started Phase 3, and we have another 54 lots available for sale now.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Northern Credit Union, a true partner, sweeping you to financial victory.
Keeping your dollars where they belong.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Welcome back to the Penticton Nufloors Curling Classic. live from Penticton, British Columbia. John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo, and we're here for the 8th end between Team Kevin Cooey and Team Nicholas Edin. And Melissa, a bit of an interesting call for Kevin Cooey in the 7th end. They had the opportunity for a free draw for 2 and decided to peel out their own to keep the hammer in the 8th.
And we, we did talk about it, John, and we do see that. We definitely see that when you're down 1, you definitely want to peel that out and take the hammer into the even end, the 8th end. When you're down 2, it's a little bit tougher, but we do know the percentages of trying to steal aren't very good. But it's always hard to watch someone peel out their own rock.
Well, it just goes against how we played the game for 50 years, right?
Yeah.
So it's not even, when we say we're surprised, it's not a criticism. It's just we've played the game for so long a certain way, and now we're seeing teams with the numbers, and they know the percentages, and they know the analytics, and what's likely or not likely to happen in any given end. And so we know that peeling it out there does give Cooey, they now maybe will have a chance for 3. If they don't get the 3 and they get the 2, now they're just trying to steal in an extra end, and it's basically the exact same situation had they taken the 2, right? So from an odds perspective, you're actually increasing your odds of winning because you give yourself another chance to score 3, and if you score 2 again, then you're in the same situation you would have been here, which is tied up in the last end. The only thing is, of course, that you still got to get 2 here in the 8th.
You want to play it something like this?
And Christopher Sundgren made no mistake on his first 2.
Try a double.
Yeah, he's very quietly had a phenomenal game.
He really has.
Christopher Sundgren feels like we come back from commercial break and Edin's just set up perfectly.
We got to make sure we can open up our corners a bit too.
Yeah, just nothing huge. He's bored then.
Oh, whoa, clean.
Whoa, yep.
Hard.
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 Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Great shot there from John Morris to get those rocks off of the center line and in positions where they might be more useful for Team Cooey.
Yeah, that was actually a fantastic shot. You look at the 2 blue rocks that have rolled towards the corners. Those are now usable for Team Cooey. So I think Team Edin now, time to clean up and try and get rid of these corner guards at least.
So Rasmus Rana will get one of them and go through the hole. And you can see probably in the corner of your screen, Colton Flash and Mike McEwen still playing. Colton Flash had a chance with his last one to get rid of all the McEwen stones and just left one in. So Mike McEwen was able to draw for his second point. So it is 5-3 for Colton Flash over Mike McEwen. They're playing the 8th, and Flash does have the hammer. Again, you can watch that game on Curling Live's YouTube. If you want to watch these 2 8th ends simultaneously, I wouldn't blame you.
Looks like Team Cooey has elected to play the freeze to that one that's back 4. Try and get a redstone here in good position.
Line's good. Take a look.
Line's good.
Freeze it.
Line's great.
Line's
Hard
good.
line.
Hard line.
Hard
Hard
line.
Freeze it.
Hard line, Beach.
Line's good.
Hard.
Line's good.
Keep going, line. Hard, hard, hard. Keep it on there.
Trying to get to the nose of that. They didn't want it to over curl.
Pretty darn close.
Pretty darn close is right.
Jag är inte tvär emot den här. Ja. Är det något mellanrum? Ja. 3-4 centi och lite vinkel. Det ska mycket till att stuffa båda. De kommer inte vara bättre än de där i alla fall. Ja, får den då. Jag tror jag gillar den. Vicka lite gard för den där kan man göra också. Ja. Kan jag dra lite extra ändå? Okej. Så är det. Ja.
So So they're looking to run back this redstone and with enough weight try and clip the yellow, or sorry, the red that's in the back four as well that was just thrown by John Morris. Try and get all three of those rocks moving.
Got two of them going. Fantastic shot from Oscar Eriksson, but it does leave Team Cooey shot covering the pin.
The only change in that scenario is that the stone out front now does belong to Team Edin instead of Team Cooey.
He's like just a little better than half. It's not easy, but you can. What else you thinking? I mean, if you can make this, but you just, it's
I think that's the play.
all or nothing.
If you try to hit Rory nose, it's not good.
Again, Kevin Cooey sitting at 1 and 2 here in the pool, so a loss here almost certainly would eliminate them from the tournament. So truly a huge 8th end for them here.
If you just get one lost in here, try and be third. Fight the 8-foot.
Corn slip nice.
So playing the intern come around the corner, John, and you heard Kevin say they'd like to be third shot. Really important here to outcount that blue stone that's on the other side of the sheet.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Line's good. Just
Weight's
for weight,
good.
Penny. Just for weight.
Weight's good.
Just for weight.
Weight's good. Weight's good. It's all there. It's all there. It's all there. It's all
Does not
there.
need a curl. Does not need a curl. You're buried. You're buried.
Yep. Stay hard.
Great shot from BJ, but I'm not positive their third shot.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. They are buried, but it might have just curled an inch too far.
Det är riktigt tajt. Det är svårt att säga faktiskt, tycker jag. Ja, jag har fan ingen aning. Ja, riktigt. Jag skulle gissa blå, men det är med en millimeter. Vad ser vi då? Tappa ut den. Eller jaga den där. Men... Den är rätt. Ah, okej. Jag tror jag har... Här är gardkanten. Så känns det så. Är det hjärndött att skjuta den där? Röda? Ja. Det känns som risken för att tappa 3 minskar om vi slår bort den cornern så vi öppnar den där. Även om man bara skickar den så är 3 öppna med 3 sten kvar. Eller med 2 sten kvar i och för sig. Ja, fast med en clearing så det kommer inte hända något. Ja. Det här är ju, om man går för den här och råkar missa den, liksom att den ligger kvar eller något, den där är helgömd, då känns det verkligen 3 spel. Sätter du det här slaget dock, då får de ju jobba ändå. Ja. Nej. Jag gissar att våran är, men det känns som den ändå kommer, alltså ska den få 3 så är det ju på den. Ja, jag vet inte. Jag är på den här. Ja, fast... Ja. Centern kan vara en out för oss också, men sätter jag den då ser det riktigt fint ut. Det är sant, om jag sätter den här. Du har en klyka, så man kan ju sätta den så också liksom. Stuffelberry här är väl inte så nice. Bara träff på blå och de rundar en till här, då är det jobbigt. Måste man nästan in och frysa i mitten, stenen. Jag kör största risken att tappa matchen är ju på den här. Jag tror jag gillar
Based on
den
the
här,
conversation that I cannot understand, I do think they think that the red is third stone, or third shot, pardon me.
Jag vet inte riktigt. Det beror så mycket på vem som är bäst. Vi kan ju inte göra någon frysning eller något och säga att vi slår den här och vickar lite. Och de sätter någon bra vick liksom. Det känns som då ligger de redan för 3. Om den är bättre, ja. Ja. Ja, jag vet inte. Den här känns ju som ett bättre resultat. Ja. Eller ja. Och då har de ingen riktigt bra gard att runda längre. Om man inte sätter skjutningen så gillar jag ändå att öppna upp den mer än att öppna upp den här. Om jag skulle missa den här, jag säger att jag sätter den i hålet här. Ja. Vad gör de då, tror du? Jag vet inte. Rundar de en? Runda, då får vi skjuta. Eller så slår han chappar den, men det känns som då har vi ju ganska öppet bo i alla fall. En dubbel där kanske. Ja, jag gillar den där, ja. Okej. 3/4. 70. Ja. Två tredjedelar går aldrig ovanför I alla fall.
You can probably see enough of that one that's sitting back button, John, to actually throw the hack late tap, but I don't think your shooter rolls anywhere good for you, so probably not a good option for Edin. So they're playing the slash on the corner guard there, trying to expose that red stone and hopefully catch the one on the back button.
Yeah, they were also discussing maybe slashing the blue center one into the red one on the right as you're looking at it, but of course you ever take out your own there, you're in huge trouble. So big shot here from Oscar Eriksson. If he could ever get this one off the button, it would be huge.
Like that?
Just like that. What a shot from Oscar Eriksson. That is incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Exposes the Kui third shot stone, gets rid of shot stone on the button. That's just a phenomenal shot. Oscar Eriksson has had an unbelievable game so far and just
really has.
Makes that with really no effort whatsoever. Just have a good 3-minute talk and then make the shot no problem.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Not if you're back button.
Back button. No, back button.
No, the blue.
And I can tell you, Colton Flash did end up beating Mike McEwen.
He might have this, though.
So Flash goes to 4-0 and secures a playoff spot.
Have what?
McEwen drops to 3-1.
Well, then you got to be like.
Back button, he doesn't have either shot.
I'm saying it's hard to take both away.
Back button, Kev.
Just here. Just turn you want. Okay, you're further out than John's. Line's okay though.
Whoa!
Line's good.
Room. All there.
You got room.
Yeah.
A lot of room.
Trying to get this one back button.
Gotta go for back button. Oh, come on, Benny.
Hard, just get edge on edge here. Yep, keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
So that'll come up a little bit short.
Båda är öppna. Ja, till sen. Eller att slå den där. Ligger vi 2, då måste han ju bort. Vad är lättast för han, tror du? Vill vi slå och vicka på den här då? Försöka vicka hit, men kan den sylta ner här, eller? Nej. Extremt otur. Jag tänker att ligger vi redan 2 och jag bara slår den här översta, då i och för sig han kan få en trippel, men då ligger de helt öppna. Han kommer väl runda. Ja. Då kommer vi. Jag är på att slå den här också. Den här är, som du säger, den är fortfarande öppen också. Sätter med lite fart, försöka vicka hit. Ja. Typ en normal eller en 8. Jag gillar en 8 så. Ja.
They first talked about hitting shot stone or second shot stone, but it doesn't really do anything for them in terms of outcounting the other red one. So they're going to hit this shot here and roll towards the center. If they lie first and second after the shot, at least it forces Team Kui to have to deal with it, to bring their red one into play.
Whoa! Håll igång! Rent! Whoa! Micken!
So it will roll in for second shot. But the way they're set up, I think Kevin Kui should be able to deal with them.
Guess we knows it, eh? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think rolling helps any.
No, he's ripping the double.
Okay.
Board.
Sure.
Third turn. Even like a sliver low, right?
So just trying to hit it on nose and leave their red right in front of it.
Yeah. Board.
So first stone here for Kevin Cooey in the 8th. And he's got a bit of work to do.
He does. Looking for board weight, as you say. Just if you can hit this low side.
Hard, guys.
And sit right in front of that other blue stone. This one looks a little light.
Hard. Okay.
It's closer to hack than board. And that will roll off. So they are shot.
Vickar vi upp så är det inte en given heller ändå.
Nej,
Alltså.
jag vill ju inte flörta med garden alltså. Men en 11 i mitt för blåsten tror jag. Där. Jag spelar lite på att vicka upp i egen, men kan vi få chappen är det ju grymt. Ja. Vickar vi upp.
So I think Nicholas has a couple of options here if they nose it. They might be able to make the double, but it could spin out and not even get 2. And if they hit and roll on top of their blue one, I'm not sure how he makes the double.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to stick for a shot. Yeah.
I think that's the call. Hit and roll on top of your own.
Yep. So final stone here for Nicholas Edin in the 8th end. Looking for a nose or a slight roll. Cannot roll out here.
Krippa, järnet! Järnet! Få in den nu! Fortsätt! 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 Fortsätt!
So maybe overswept a little bit there.
so.
Seemed like Nicholas was sort of panicking out of his hand, and I think Kevin should have a shot for 2 here.
I think so.
I don't think there's room by the guard.
No? Take a look there. But you got to hit half, eh?
Yeah, they actually were still sweeping for curl the entire way run.
That's what I mean. They might have just overcooked it maybe a little bit.
How much air do I got?
Maybe they got caught in between. They thought maybe they were sweeping for nose. Didn't quite get the roll, but it does look like Kevin Cooey should be able to double this and roll in, but he can't risk really touching his red. So that's what they're talking about here.
Whatever weight you like to hit, we got to hit 2/3 of this. And it's
yeah, I got to get less. What goes into that? Half?
Half a stone. Two-thirds or half a stone, I think, is the ticket here.
I've got like half a stone of air. Like I'm seeing kind of good normal.
Sure.
So Kevin Cooey, final stone in the 8th
end.
end.
No.
Okay.
Needs a double and roll to stay alive in the tournament.
Yep. Yes! Back it up, Benny. Hard.
Ben Hebert on it right away.
Hard, back it up.
And he just could not hold it in time. So the risk for Kevin Cooey in the 7th end does not pay off. Nicholas Edin will end up stealing the final end. So Edin will go to 4-0 and secure a playoff place. Kevin Cooey will fall to 1-3, and that may spell the end for him in Penticton. We'll be back tonight at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, so just over an hour with continuing coverage of the Penticton Nufloors Curling Classic. We'll be watching Team Matt Dunstone against Team Glenn Howard. We hope you'll join us for that one on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and World Curling TV. For Melissa Saligo, I'm John Cullen. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back here soon. Goodbye.